Hey everybody, welcome back to the Old Swedes Farm. Little different format today. Some announcements and just what's been going on in our lives and out on the farm lately. It's been busy for the past 3-4 weeks. We've done some videos, but not a lot. The big announcement last Friday, so a week and a day, we got married. So we got married. We've been seeing each other for 3 years.
About
I don't
that,
know.
3 or 4, yeah.
No, 3. Um, Seems like a long time. But anyways, I'm questioning her judgment, but she decided to marry me. So um, I couldn't be happier. But just wanted to let you know that's where we've been hanging out. But just a lot of other stuff going on the farm. Um, End of the season. It has been nuts. With you've seen videos, we're harvesting. Well, now that we're done harvesting, usually stuff that takes a little while to get done, and we've got a bit of time to do it. Oh, all of a sudden now it's we're cramming it in because it could start snowing at any time. So
Yep.
getting all the stakes pulled from the different plants and pulling up the plants and making a pile, a compost pile, and adding to it.
Cleaning up stuff so that we're not as much to do next spring when it's time to get going again.
And make the pile so that the girls can scratch and dig them up and all that. Holly has been preserving things, processing all the last veggies. Why don't you tell what
Yeah,
you've been doing?
I've
I'm going to move
got-
some of these chickens before they jump on the table.
I've got about
Come on.
24 quarts of diced tomatoes, another 24 quarts of a cherry tomato sauce that I make up, probably about 10 pounds of zucchini that I've shredded up and have ready in the freezer so I can go ahead and make zucchini bread at any time. I've also taken a lot of our sweet peppers. They just exploded here in the fall, and chopped those up, vacuum sealed those all up, and I think I've got about another 5 pounds of those in the freezer ready to be used this winter.
And that's on top of, we had huge bins full of peppers and tomatoes and squash, and we had extra eggs and stuff. We had a very small wedding ceremony, but when we came back here, family and some friends, everybody that wanted to left with a big bag of veggies.
Yep.
So that helped us get rid of a whole bunch of stuff.
Yep, we've still got a few of our hot peppers left that we need to do something with. Probably going to wind up pickling those.
Yep. We the pickled peppers that we did in an earlier video, we just broke open the first can or jar, and they are good.
Yep.
They are really good. So I've been enjoying those. You want to come up? Come on. Here's our lap chickens. We've had a couple of things. We had a chicken that was taken by we think a cat. We've got some feral cats out here in the country, and one just vanished. I was on a business trip, and Holly called and was short one, and went around and found a group of feathers.
Chunks of feathers, and then a few more feet, another chunk of feathers, and like 4 different spots like that. So we knew she was gone.
Yeah.
And
But
then
we
we
just
had another one that I came home, and he's telling me, well, she can't walk. So we put her in the cage just to see, keep her protected from the others, and just to see if maybe a little time, if she had maybe hurt her foot or something. But
we gave her the big examination and kind of checked out what was going on, and the way when we moved her leg, she had, I believe, jumped out of the tree behind us. We got this beautiful red maple, and the girls like going up there every now and then, and I think she jumped down from quite a height and completely dislocated her leg, and she was trying to cover it up so that the other girls wouldn't pick on her. That's why we put her in the cage. She was hurting really bad and was about to get really picked on, so we put her in the cage. We can't put a dislocated leg back in, and so we ended up processing her and it was one of our sapphire gems.
So in that amount of time, we lost 2 of our
Two.
sapphires.
Yep. So I don't know. And what someone told me right away: if you're getting chickens, the first thing about life on the farm is death. So I guess we enjoy them while they're here, but you never know what's going to happen
Yep.
the next day. And she was just hurting. So other than that,
Yep, just getting ready for winter, everything, just all of that. And the biggest thing we're going to be looking or moving towards is moving all of the chickens into the pole barn.
yep.
So
We've got the older girls who've been in the original coop,
yep,
which is an 8x8 coop with a 14x18 run. And that's all the last year's group. And then all our girls have been in a smaller coop within the pole barn, which will become a big run in the worst of winter. And we've been theorizing how to combine them.
yep. But come to find out, they've been doing a little bit of that themselves. We now have one red that has decided that that is her new home.
And on some nights, too.
Yep.
So they'll go in and, we've shown in one of our videos the different
Roosting
roosts.
bars
And of course, the red, she's right up to the top. And I'm in control here.
That's her spot.
So she's up on top and doing that. So they get along pretty darn well. The 2 groups have been mingling for several months, and another month here. Somewhere here in November, we're going to combine them, and they're going to start sleeping in the pole barn. Nothing in the old.
Close down the old coop
for the winter.
for the winter.
So we'll see. That's going to be, I think, all hell breaking loose for a little bit.
Interesting. Yes.
But there's also going to be, I think they're doing okay. They get along for the most part pretty well. There's a couple of reds that got a little attitude. And our other news, and we should have led with this after the wedding. Sorry for doing this. If you guys have not checked out Matt and Sarah's channel, I'm going to put a link down below. Check out their channel. I came across that just kind of looking at who else is doing channels in the upper Midwest or in Minnesota. And there's not a lot of people in Minnesota doing shows. But Matt and Sarah caught on to their show and love watching their stuff. So I started looking, and I think in their info it gives an address. I looked and said, well, that's not too far. Sent them a note, and it turns out they're about 7 miles from us. So small world that 2 shows from Minnesota are that close. So I kind of invited us over to Matt and Sarah's house, and they were gracious enough to have us over.
Yep, we were able to get to meet them and had a lot of fun with them.
Oh, had a ball. They are the nicest folks. Check out that link below. If you're not subscribed to Matt and Sarah's channel, please do. It's so funny. We've got similar visions on things, but you're different groups and you...
just different ways of going about it.
Yeah, and it's fun to learn some things. I learned a lot. Just in, we're starting a farm and we're just about done with year 2. They've been doing it for a while. They've got a lot of great ideas. Sarah, just the stuff she's cooking with is all that. Matt's got, the bees and the greenhouse and the garden and how they're doing it with wood chips and how they're handling their birds, their chickens. And stole some ideas. I've got a video coming up because I made a feeder that Matt showed me. And I wanted to share that in case you haven't. Some great ideas. But if you haven't checked out their channel, please do. They are the nicest couple. Great family. Just head on their shoulders, kind of great people. So couldn't say enough. It's so fun to meet people that you watch. You kind of feel like you know them.
Yeah.
I did. You get a great feel for them, but can't say enough. They're great people. So, and we came away with a nice jar of honey, which was so good, and some venison.
Yep.
And I think we just brought over some watermelon.
We brought them one of our big watermelons and
some peppers. So check out their channel for sure. Other than that, we're just getting ready for winter and thinking about next spring. raised beds? How do we clear out the forest to make room for our orchard? How do we get rid of all these box elder bugs? Stuff like that. We're already planning for next year, and we have been for most of the season.
Yep.
And that's what we're going to talk about this winter a lot, is just how we plan and kind of look ahead, and how we decided to do what we're doing on the farm and plan for it. I'm a big planner. Holly's a good planner. So we're going to kind of look at our next year's plans, what we're going to do, what we're not going to do, and then how we get from point A to point B to make it happen and pay for it. So anyways, a lot going on. Thanks for, if you've watched the whole thing, thanks for putting up with us. So we've added a bunch of new subscribers lately. Thank you all that are joining us. We love your comments, all your, views on things. It's just hilarious. We do some things and put it out, and people toss ideas at us and send us emails, and we love that contact, getting to know everybody around the area and around the world. It's funny who's watching from Brazil or Indonesia or Germany, or it's just funny who joins us, but we appreciate all of you. So we're figuring out how to we don't have a remote on this, so how to do a video and all that. Anyways, thanks for joining us. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and hit the thumbs up, but we love your comments.